Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome AIF board member and the managing partner and co-founder of Sama Capital, Ash Lilani.
Thank you, thank you. It's so great to see so many friends out here tonight, and unlike Sridhar, I did remember my glasses, so you cannot laugh at me. Tonight I have the unique honor to introduce Greg Becker, the president and CEO of Silicon Valley Bank. Greg is somebody who I have tremendous respect for. Over the last 17 years, I worked with him, I worked for him, and through those years have been fortunate to become very close friends with him. It is through all those lenses that I've got a good sense of Greg and all the things he stands for. Thanks to the strong values instilled in him as he grew up in Indiana, he has one of the soundest moral and ethical compasses that I've seen in an individual. He's also someone very humble, and I know he's already embarrassed by my introduction so far, so I'll keep this short and sweet. Having said all those things, Greg is one of the hardest charging business people I know, and also hard charging in everything he does when he's committed to something, and it's something he believes in. Prior to Greg becoming CEO of Silicon Valley Bank, the bank was already an organization committed to giving back to the communities it called home, across the world in its 28 offices. Greg took all this to the next level and has created a phenomenal culture of giving back, way beyond the size of the organization, while all along leading from the front. Greg believes in getting involved personally. It gives me a great sense of pride to have been associated with such a company and such a leader. I would request my fellow board member Harit Talwar to join me on stage to welcome my friend Greg Becker to the stage to receive the AIF Leadership Award. Greg?
Thank you very much, Ash.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. A picture.
You want to hold it? Sure.
In
the middle like this. Middle?
Yeah.
Go like this.
Gotta make this look good.
You want to drop it?
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
So it is great to be here. It's a true honor to be up here tonight. I want to first thank and give credit to Francisco de Souza. Great speech and incredible community service to you. So I think we give him another round of applause. That was amazing. So much like Francisco, this award being up here isn't about me. It's about all the employees of Silicon Valley Bank, and being the CEO of Silicon Valley Bank, I couldn't be more proud to accept the award on the employees' behalf. In thinking about my comments, I came across a quote from Albert Einstein that really seemed to fit tonight's theme. And it goes, "It is every man and woman's obligation to put back in the world at least the equivalent of what he or she takes out of it." So I've been at the bank for almost 21 years, and I've had the privilege to kind of live and breathe that culture of giving back over that 21-year history, and I couldn't say I'm more proud than ever of being part of the organization. What makes me even more proud is that we've done so many different community events. This isn't something where we strong arm our employees and say that you have to do it. We don't have a minimum threshold of involvement. We just set up a bunch of different events, and they decide, if at all, if they want to engage. And what's so incredible about it is that they do engage in a way that I think is unique. They bring family and friends and business partners and clients together. And when they all get together, the energy, the excitement is truly incredible. So I want to highlight just a few of these different things that we do as an organization, that our employees do, that I think so exemplifies the culture that we've created over the last 30 years. Probably the organization that we've been closest to over the last decade has been the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. And if you don't know who that is or what that organization's about, it's about helping find a cure for blood cancers. So for the last decade, we've been involved, and we've raised more than $1.5 million. And this last year, we raised $140,000. We do walks all over the United States with family and friends all bonding together. On the Best Buddies front, we raised $830,000 last year, and over the last decade, more than $3 million. This is to help individuals with intellectual disabilities find jobs and also find friends. Last year, we were awarded the Employer of the Year for Best Buddies, and from my standpoint, that award is great, but what was much, much better was the recognition when you sit down with the parents of the individuals we've hired, and they come up to you and they tell you how much you've changed their life and created a little bit of normalcy in a life that has been so challenging. And I know for my kids, they've heard a speech from one of our Best Buddies employees over the years, and what was so amazing is you sit down with him or you hear him give a speech and he talks about what it was like growing up with intellectual disabilities. And it's not about the fact that he had an intellectual disability. His biggest challenge, the hardest thing growing up was the fact that he talks about how hard it was for him to see his mother not have any friends because no one else wanted to associate their kids with him. Getting kids, getting family members exposure to those sort of activities, community involvement, is incredibly special. We also have a foundation at SVB, and that makes me incredibly proud. Over the last decade, we've given out about $2 million worth of grants. This last year was our most active. We gave out 85 grants to individuals, and what we require is that the individuals at the bank, the employees that are getting these grants, have to be engaged in the community activity. They have to be on the board. They have to have an impact. Last year, we gave out $200,000 in the SVB Foundation. And last year was our 30th anniversary. And so we kind of sat down and said, what do we want to do to celebrate our 30th anniversary? And for those of you who know Silicon Valley Bank, we like to throw really good parties. So we assumed that when we asked our employees what they would want to do, that they would come back with let's throw a big client party. We had 200 submissions of ideas to how to celebrate our 30th anniversary. And unanimously, it was from our employees, they wanted to give back to the community. Let's do something in the community. So we created what was called 30 Causes for 30 years. 1,400 of our employees donated 6,000 hours across all our 30 offices domestically and internationally, with family and friends all together, giving back to the community. As a CEO of Silicon Valley Bank, I couldn't be more proud. Now let me get to AIF. Silicon Valley Bank and the AIF has had a long-term partnership. We've been part of the Digital Equalizer program when we first went to India many years ago. Our employees are volunteers and they're mentors in the Digital Equalizer program. We've sponsored a Clinton AIF Fellow, and we've been a long-term supporter of this gala, which is getting better and better each year. And I'm not just saying that because I got the award. So in sharing these stories, this isn't about to explain how great the bank is or how that we've got it all figured out, because we don't. I'm making these comments because I believe it's incredibly important to show you that you can have an impact by getting your companies, your employees, your partners, clients involved in a way that I think is incredibly unique. This type of engagement is great for business, it's great for community, and it deepens relationships in a way that I don't think anything else can. So let me close with a small modification to the Albert Einstein quote I started with. It is every man and woman's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what he or she takes out of it. And I would add, and to encourage others to do the same. That's what it's about encouraging others to do the same, to have a bigger impact. And if you think about all the 600 people in this room, and the connections you have to family and friends and business contacts and clients, and if everyone gets involved, you end up with something like AIF, which is truly amazing. So thank you again for this honor. Thanks to Ash. Thanks to Lata. Thanks to all of you in the room for what you guys do in the community. It's truly an honor. Thank you.